Welcome to Relufe Conversation Podcast. I am your host, Prince Akeode. On this podcast, we'll be documenting, talking to different people from all walks of life, having random conversations, and everything in between. Sit back, enjoy, and thank you for listening. Welcome back to Relufe Conversations Podcast. I'm your host, Prince Akeode. On today's episode, we will be discussing ASUU strike and the entire Nigeria educational system. And with me today, I have a special guest.
My name is Deborah Akeode. I'm a graduate from a Nigerian university. It feels good saying that, but then I just graduated last year, so I'm a graduate.
You're a recent graduate, so while you were in school, did you experience a strike? Did that affect you at any point?
Because of the strike, I had to be pushed to a private university.
Really?
Because my parents attended, federal universities, and they had a lot of experiences.
Mm-hmm.
They experienced a lot of delays from my cousins, my friends. So even if I cannot relate personally, I have a whole lot of people that ASUU has affected. And then it's real. Because of ASUU, parents will borrow money to take their children to private schools.
True. I know people like that.
I mean, I have a neighbor. He sells gas. We buy gas from him. And the reason why he started doing that was he's a medical doctor. He studied medicine. But before he could graduate, he was already really, really old. Like, he had already passed the age of 30. And it was so hard for him because even for NYC, there's a stipulated age. So, like,
once
ASUU strikes, and ASUU can, let's say your course is a 4 years course, ASUU can make it 6 or 7. And this has a lot of disadvantages for students. It affects them mentally, if you don't know. It affects them mentally, it just slows down. It just changes their plans, basically. That is it.
Your parents making such sacrifices, what does that say about people that their parents perhaps can't push? And maybe, I don't know if your cousins, but people they can't push and they are your colleagues. What does that say? I hope that doesn't put any strain in you people's relationship. Oh, you think you have graduated now, you're not on our level.
The thing is, when we talk about the educational system in Nigeria, the truth is a lot of we young people have given up completely. Why? There are so many reasons. One of the reasons is, you graduate and you find out that a lot of people study engineering. You graduate, you become a photographer. Millions. You still have colleagues that graduated as engineers too, and they're just still there.
Mm-hmm.
So these days, it's not what you study that you work as. So because of that, a lot of we young people don't even care anymore. As a young person who is very active on social media, when you go on social media, you see TikTok videos about we young people jubilating that there's ASUU strike.
I think I saw that.
Yes, I saw a video recently. Nobody cares anymore. They're even happy because they know they can use this period to make a whole lot of money. So I don't think we young people even believe in the educational system in Nigeria again. And that's why you see a lot of people not even going to school. I mean, I know a lot of rich people that didn't go to school. They'll say, I know a photographer, and he didn't go to university. He just had his primary school and his secondary school stage, and he just went to learn a craft, and he's making millions.
But that's a very, it's what you're saying is the reality, right?
Yes.
But also, in another way, it's kind of dangerous. Because sometimes primary education or secondary education, especially in our part of the world, is not enough. In a normal society, right? So just because that one make succeed doesn't mean the another person will, right? But there are some kind of connections you will make in higher institution, in universities.
Yes.
Like I assume a lot of private schools here. There are some connections you will make there. That those are the connections you will then need. Although there is no job in the country, right?
Yes,
But those connections will be valuable to you to
of
connect
course.
and stuff. So my question now to you: you went to school, luckily. Are you practicing what you went to school for? Are you still, because I mean, I know the society there is no job
Yes,
anyway,
there's no
but
job.
are you doing what you went to school for?
For someone like me, and something I think every young person should learn is you have to learn how to have multiple streams of income. For someone like I have so many
How can you
streams.
do that? You're young though.
I
You
have so
shouldn't
many
be.
streams, so too many streams of income. So if one is not working out, you have to. Young people have to cultivate this mindset of being like you can't stay in one place. You can't stay in one place and wait for okay, because you studied engineering. So if an engineering job doesn't come, one that will pay you 400,000 naira in a month, you will not do anything. Nobody's going to help you. So that's why when ASUU strikes like this is an opportunity to learn a skill. This is an opportunity to apply for internship. Like these days, we have a lot of free courses online that you can learn anything you want. You can do anything you want to do. There's YouTube. So right now I'm a copper, and when I was awaiting PPA, because I had to redeploy from Jos to Lagos.
Okay.
When I came to Lagos, I saw people that camped in Lagos that didn't have a place of primary assignments. Talk more of me that relocated from Jos to Lagos.
Oh, wow.
So I just had to find somewhere around, somewhere I could just at least start something, and maybe later I'll get a place. But another thing I'll just want to say is delay is not denial. So if you're in the federal school right now and then there's strike, it doesn't mean the person that graduated from the private school 4 years ago is better than you.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean that,
doesn't
but
mean-
it does something psychologically to you.
Right now, I don't think it does anything because Nigerian youths have moved on.
But you don't think so? So somebody that you're maybe in the same street, you grew up in the same neighborhood, you know, you sabi this person, you went to the same nursery school, your age, and you know the pressure, the societal pressure too.
Yes.
So you saw Tunde has entered
School.
one private uni. You went to this one maybe LASU or something. And this guy don't day 400 level. You are still stuck in 100 level.
100
It has to be some kind of emotional,
Yes,
psychological
that is
impact.
True. Comparison would definitely
Exactly.
come in.
And also, especially in the days of social media, that everybody wants to compete with everyone. When you say, hey, we are chilling with the...
Yes, I understand that.
So how do you deal with that as a young adult?
Basically, one thing we should know as young adults is everybody's race is different. You don't compare your life to someone else's life. People have finished school 5 years ago and they are still at home looking for jobs. While someone can finish school this year. Some people are not even done with school and they already have a lot of things to do.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people glorify private universities, but one thing they don't know is private universities have limited courses. Like for me, I wanted to study medicine, so I went for post-UTME in Uniben. Because of the delay and all of that, my parents said, okay, Uniben, this one they didn't give you admission. I passed my JAMB, I passed WAEC, I passed every single thing, but then they didn't give me admission, and because of the fear of ASUU and delay, and you know, people write JAMB over and over again. It's not like they are not intelligent, while somebody that scores 170 because of connection and all of that gets into university. So because of that was I was pushed. So instead of my medicine, I had to do microbiology and industrial biotechnology. Now, does that make me better than someone that is still in a federal school but still studying medicine? Fine, there will be delay for the person.
I see what you mean.
The 7 years can be 9 years. But at the end of the day, after the 9 years, the person is a medical doctor. And me,
but many people will see it that way though, from this angle you are coming from. They will still see it as it's a race against time. At least I'm out of school. And you that still did medicine, there is no money inside. are still going to switch to my side.
But at the end of the day, everything has disadvantages and advantages.
True.
I've seen people that have made use of their ASUU strike time to learn something and are very big right now. So when ASUU strikes, the question is, what do you do next? It's a personal thing. Do you stay at home to lament and cry and say, I have no school now, I used to be sleeping every day? What do you do next? What you do next affects. So it's not about Nigeria, it's just about you.
Finding a way to operate within
because Nigeria is not helping any youth. They've not even finished helping adults. And like our president said, Nigerian youths are lazy. So there's no help coming from anywhere. Which is not true.
Now I have a question for you. So on the somebody doing getting 179, getting connection, how, in your young opinion, yes, right, how do you think government can fix educational system? Mind you, these people that we are saying should fix educational system, their kids are not here, right? So in your young opinion, if you were to advise ASUU or the government, what would your advice be to fix educational system?
Advise the government. One thing I know is in Nigeria, corruption is predominant. So fixing the educational system, they've not, okay, ASUU, Nigeria government said they already paid the money we were owing ASUU. And that was not true. So if your government can lie to you, what are you advising your government? Like, and this thing is not, what pains me is, this thing is not just about students, it's also about the staffs who are putting in their time, energy, knowledge in inculcating this. Yes, they're teaching, they're going to work every day, they're owing them. Like, that should not be, that's not right in any way. It's not just about the students, it's also about the staff.
So, but see, the corruption you made mention of, corruption is so deep that it's not government can't fix corruption. Corruption is us, the people, because government is not the guy on the road. Government is not the woman at the airport. Government is not the man at the office. You need clearance paper.
Yes.
So corruption is so deep that I don't know. But it's just so sad that, I mean, who knows, warning strike was 3 days, then it increased to about 2 weeks, now it's 4 months. So people are just, an election is coming. So does that mean, but why are students not protesting though?
Protesting.
Because why can't students protest so that election don't go happen?
All the protests that have been done in previous times haven't still stopped.
But there hasn't been massive, I don't know, I'm tired.
Like people, look at what happened at toll gates. Young people protested and everything just changed and just turned upside down. So if we have to do another protest, they'll see us as being rebellious.
But we have to be. Toll gate actually worked.
It worked,
yeah,
but
they
lives
killed
were
us.
lost.
Yes, they killed us, but it worked.
His or her life. I mean, in a very sane country, you are not supposed to be fighting for education.
Sane, yes.
You're not supposed to be fighting for education. You're not supposed to be protesting for education.
True.
So,
but how can we then fix it? We have to be the one. The students, the Nigerian populace, in a way now, the youth has to be the people.
Yes, but then the youths talk online. When you go online,
everybody talk big game. Yeah.
Hashtag. Everybody. You can't tell me that the people at the top have not seen, do not know that there is an ongoing strike. They are paying billions for presidential funds, while you're just owing ASUU how much?
Yes, but my argument then might be, What if they're saying, the people they are not tired, they like being home? Because you people you are not disturbing us, you are just talking online.
Everybody has, okay. There are still people that are disturbing. I'm sure there are meetings. There's supposed to be a meeting
Yeah, it's supposed
this
to be ongoing
June.
meetings. Yeah. I
Yes.
think they might, it's
So,
supposed to be ongoing
Nigerian
conversation.
government should please pay up whatever they are owing ASUU, because you're putting the lives of Nigerian youths at, like, you're slowing down these things. You want us to be the future leaders of tomorrow, and then to get proper education is very hard.
It's hard.
Even when they pay ASUU the money, and staffs are settled, and students are back at school, they don't even pay attention to buying the things people need at school. Like for someone studying medicine, you go to the department and you don't see the necessary equipment needed. That's why people go to private schools and spend millions upon millions upon millions. If you want to go to a private school to study medicine, be ready to pay 1.5 million upward every semester.
Every semester, yeah.
And how many Nigerians can afford that for their children? True. There are very intelligent students out there, but may God help us in Nigeria. May God help us. Because we keep complaining about so many sectors, but we have a lot of intelligent people. We have a lot of passionate Nigerians that are ready to be, in the health sector. They're intelligent. They're ready to take over the engineering sector, electricity, everything that is giving us issues. But you are killing their drives day by day by day by day. So many things are happening in Nigeria. Education should not be part of the problems we have. And since when I was little, I've heard about strikes. And till now, I'm done with school. I'm 7, and there's still strikes.
Strike and forced scarcity, yes.
Will that ever end? Will that ever end? May God help us in Nigeria.
It's unfortunate.
Nigeria government has to intervene. We cannot keep on having talk shows, upon protests, upon meetings. Like the future generation, next 20 years, next 30 years, one of us will be the chairman of ASUU. And I'm very sure the person will still go for another meeting. Like, will this ever end?
Always meetings. Always
meetings, always owing them, always. I just feel Nigerian youths have given up. They've given up.
So, if there is nothing, I don't even know what to say, because election is coming.
And funds to be allocated.
There is no guarantee that a meeting, a deal could be struck before the election.
We just have to hope and pray for
Nigeria. We might be heading towards election time, and students are still, they might be banking on for students to be home in order to vote.
There was a time students were home for 11 months. And 11 months is enough to round up a full session. First semester, second semester.
Yes.
In my private university, I just spent 3 years. It was less than 4 years.
Oh, wow.
And then but then in a federal university, Nigeria is just going to keep on suffering and delaying your time and going back and forth. That's why you have a lot of people dropping out. Now they'll complain about Yahoo boys. They complain about girls that are doing this. What do you want them to do? Okay, let's say they are not too book smart, and they still say, because of their parents, let me take my parents' advice, let me go to school, let me be somebody in future. And you've been in 100 level for 4 years. One day you just let go of the advice and just go back to your former ways and just find a way. Because we have a lot of needs in Nigeria. There's no water, no electricity, no food. You cannot keep on waiting for us to die. Okay, wait now, I'll graduate. Okay, I'll graduate next year. When I graduate next year, I'll be able to buy you a house, mommy, daddy. Okay, it's not next year again. It's 3 years time.
It's quite sad. So, is it safe to say, with the way things are now, it's just where everybody is on vibe? We wait till we see what happens.
Vibes. But then we are hoping, and we are sure to an extent that, and we pray that they settle.
It's prayer. Oh, okay.
That Nigeria government settles ASUU, because we know it will definitely happen, but they might just take us
Yeah, and that's my fear. I feel like I'm afraid with the way they've been going on about this. Election is here. Everybody's more focused on primaries,
Primaries and all.
campaigning. I hope I'm wrong, really. I fear this is going to this has to wait till, might have to wait really till after the election.
My issue is there's always budgets. Like at the beginning of every year, I'm sure they allocate.
Yeah, the budget is very tiny. I think for
Yes,
education
it's
is like
very
point
tiny,
something.
but then there's still a budget. So why can't you just give that tiny?
And they give the tiny. It's just not the tiny. I mean, the outstanding balance to ASUU, it's about maybe 88 billion or something, some billion,
Yes, they are.
and whatever billion. So I don't. It's, and this money is part of the contention is some agreement signed in 2009. And anyway, I beg. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for
And do you
having
want to
me.
say where people can find you? Where can people find you?
Okay. Please follow me on my social media platforms. Instagram at DEBRILLE. Yes, that's just
Yes,
basically,
Instagram.
basically Instagram.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
You're
I'm very
welcome.
grateful and wish you absolute best in life.
Thank you
Go and
very
smash
much.
it and learn everything you can. And good luck to your cousins. Sorry
And
for
my
ASUU strike
friends.
and your friends and everybody really listening to us. And to the government, I won't say pray. We hope that this is solved in a timely manner. And to the ASUU, I mean, we need an agreement. We need to.
Yes.
Everybody needs to come to the table for, at least for the future of the country, man. We need to absolutely fix this educational system, because education really is the bedrock of every society. People must learn orientation, especially in Nigeria. We need reorientation of our people, and education is it has to be basic, right? We pray. It's not pray. I hate saying pray, because we can't pray again. We have mosque, we have our Isheshe, we have our
We hope and pray.
Islamic. What else do we need? I mean, God lives here. We are gods, so we need action, right? Anyway, for everybody listening to us, thank you for listening. Again, this is Relufe Conversation Podcast. Please kindly follow us on all platforms, YouTube at Relufe TV, and wherever you are listening to us, or wherever you get your podcast from, Relufe TV. Again, I say thank you. I'm your host, Prince Ayo Akisanya, and I say good morning, good evening, and good night.